Wetbrain Cheeks.
Do you know what, right? Do you actually know what I've always wondered, do you know what the lyrics to the theme song are?
No, I don't know all of them. I have to ask you about
Dino and Higgs.
Dino and Higgs.
Yeah.
Dino and Higgs.
Yeah.
Drinking Bav in a shed.
Is it Dino and Higgs?
Dino
Drinking
and
Babs
Higgs.
in the
See,
shed.
I knew it was Dino and Higgs.
No, but it comes in Dean Doyle and Higgs towards the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Dino Higgs at the start. Then
Dino and Higgs.
Then
Drinking
Dino and
Bav in a
Higgs.
shed. Pinewood is Hollywood today.
I didn't realise it was drinking Bav
Drinking Bav in a shed. Yeah.
I didn't
And I
realise that.
realise now that we're not in a shed. We're not. Well, we are drinking Bav though.
Yeah, we are drinking Bav.
Do you think we were doing this in a shed?
Well, no, it was just it worked.
It would seem like-
lyrically, and I needed to make the lyrics fit and rhyme. I wanted to go for a 2-4 rhyming circumstance, but
To be fair,
That's way more fucking technical than we.
now I
were
feel like we
expecting.
should be recording in the shed.
I said it.
We're
I
not
said
authentic. We're not authentic.
I know a
I
good
said
shed
it.
man.
11 episodes.
I said it. My dad was clearing out a shed the other day. Imagine we just compared that into like a little podcast shed.
What should I say?
Oh, I didn't say it to him. I said it to you.
Oh, well now.
I think romantically, I was thinking of the Eddie Man shed.
That'd be a great podcast
Yeah.
shed, wouldn't it?
Do you know
Imagine
what
Martin
was?
Man trying to fucking kick us out of that shed.
Imagine Martin Man running the podcast.
I remember one of the first times being in Eddie's house when I was like, fucking 12. Actually, I was never 12, but
I skipped
when I was
that.
11 or 13,
I skipped that 12
It
bit.
skipped the 12, but I remember using the toilet and having a poo, and then Paddy Man arriving into the room. We were playing MTV Music. Do you remember the MTV Music game you have on the PlayStation 2?
The music generator.
Music generator.
Yeah.
And Paddy Man walks into the room. He goes, "Someone's after leaving fucking skid marks." And I knew it was me.
Do you remember that time?
Oh,
you,
the absolute fear of a bungalow. That's it, isn't
do
it?
you remember that time you broke a glass in Eddie Man's room? Just let one fall and then wrapped it up in Eddie Man's dirty washing.
I didn't do that.
Who did it? Me.
You did it.
Was it me?
You did that.
Sorry,
that was
Edward!
not me. That was not me.
I had to ring Eddie next day and be like, Eddie, be careful of your washing. I wrapped
We
a
were
lot
all
of
there.
broken glass in it.
We were all there drinking on his birthday.
Oh, that's when I
You
ghost
did
shot
it.
the glass.
You fucking told me about it. I'm blaming me. Hear this shit.
Yeah. But I had to ring him the next day and be like, Eddie, don't let your man pick up that washing because there's loads of broken glass in it. Like, I just got the broken glass and wrapped it all up in the washing.
Edward, me fingers. Oh, fuck. Good stuff. Good stuff. Right. What is it? Fucking 2.2? Episode 2.2? Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah.
Did we say episode... Did we say series 2? Episode 2? Or did we just go 2.2?
222. Episode... Series 2, episode 2.2. Number
No.
Episode 2.2.
No, it's episode 2.2, isn't it?
It is episode
That's what I
2.2.
just said.
Yeah,
You don't know. You said series 2, episode
2.2.
No, you don't. You just go 2.2.
The 2.2.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying that's what it
The
is.
little
He
pink,
was wrong,
it's
wasn't
the
he?
It's the 2.2. It's the little pink dress
James,
episode.
he was wrong, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He was wrong.
He's always
He was
wrong.
definitely wrong in that.
Do you know what? I'm fucking sick of this already.
This is great. This was a good intro, but
I don't like the dynamic
in
of
case
this.
people are wondering who else is here talking, it's fucking James Lonergan here with us.
Call me by my real name.
Reds.
How are you
yeah.
getting on?
Only Reds. Reds and Reds. I was trying to be fucking serious.
Only Reds.
Yeah.
I'm going to start a site where people only Reds. Get me only Reds.
You're fitting Mick Hucknall there. Only Reds. Cover band.
A one-man Simply Red cover band. Only Red.
Speaking of cover bands, right? Thought of a great name for a Rush cover band.
Yeah.
Lusk.
That is the most Irish Rush cover band ever.
You know Neil Peart, he's the drummer from Lusk.
That is actually
That
great.
was good.
That is
That
great.
was very fucking good. Right. And if you just don't know who he is, the intro, that is probably the best fucking part about the podcast. He wrote it and
Yeah.
sent it to us and said use that
Dino
as your
and
intro.
Hex.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
There we
That's
go.
it.
Authentic as fuck.
Yeah. So
Was it weird for you listening back on the?
what
on
were
the-
you thinking when you were
Oh,
writing?
just
When
fuck
I was
real.
writing
Fuck you.
Well, fucking Dean Doyle. I don't know why I've got this memory in my head, but I remember Dean Doyle used to know the most offside Queens of the Stone Age songs when we were younger. I remember Dino sitting at the
That
fucking
does sound like you.
sitting at the steps and being like, "Oh, do you know Tangled Up and Played by Queens of the Stone Age?" And
That's
it's
still one of my favourites.
like, amazing song,
Great.
amazing song. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one. So yeah, it's just kind of, it just felt right. Just felt. Also, I realised how easy it is to write Queens of the Stone Age song. I still love them, but
Yeah.
Jesus.
And base it around us two. That
Yeah,
was-
yeah.
A Queen's of the Stone Age song based on.
Well, also, I had like I had a vision in my head about how this podcast would go, and it would be Owen and Dean sitting in the shed drinking Bav, and Dino and Heggs drinking Bav in a shed.
Pretty close to that.
We'd
Yeah.
be lucky to have
It's
our own
pretty
shed to do it
close
in.
to that, isn't it?
To be fair.
When you have like if you're going on fuck Jesus,
Oh, James.
so I'm just making a mess of everything here.
You're only here 5 minutes.
And you're doing an only Hags
Yeah.
on it.
I'm only Heggs 5 minutes. I'm only Heggs 5 minutes. But yeah, I had an idea of it being in a shed, and so basically, yeah, the way I wrote that song was I had an idea of the way that these two Goliaths of the English language, and they'd be in a shed and they'd be drinking cans of Bav.
Yeah.
And so I wrote the song based on that. Yeah, it's got some overtones of drinking Bav, and I'm happy how the song came out, and I'm happy to be here. Thanks very much for inviting me, guys, and bringing me over for Los Angeles. Yeah,
We are
Have you
based-
been trained to speak like that?
Hugh.
Like, that's... What?
To be fair though, we will be the Shakespeare's of Balbriggan. Do you not think?
The Shakespeare's. Shakespeare's.
Yeah. No.
Of Balbriggan.
What is the plural of Shakespeare's?
Shakespeare's. Shakespeare's.
Why
What's
do
the
people
plural
why
of
do people
Shakespeare?
say Shakespeare and Shakespeare.
No
one says that.
No one says that.
But that wrong thing, no?
Unless you're French or something.
Oh, this is dickheads then, is it?
No
Just
one-
me and the lads going to the Shakespeare.
You and the lads going to the theatre, is
Yeah.
for a bit of Shakespeare.
Oh, you would be going to the Hamlet in Balbriggan, though.
No
You
one
know?
ever goes there.
No
one
one
goes there.
I went there with
Shakespeare
Ryanair.
himself
hate
wouldn't
looking
go
in
there.
I've been there a couple of times.
I went there with
Do you know what? When
Ryanair.
it first opened up, that was actually a nice enough pub, right?
Was it?
Yeah, it was. And me and my dad and my ma were in there having a few points before. And then the next time we went down, we were like, straight in, straight back out. Fuck that.
I remember going to the Hamlet with Ryanair, Stephen Ryan, after Sean Faulkner's Debs. Like, no, we didn't go to Sean Faulkner's
Also,
Debs.
you were
I
there.
was like, why?
But
Hold
like,
on, what?
No, we were drinking
not
at
my
the,
Debs,
year
not my
before he
Debs,
was,
not
yeah.
my
we were
Debs.
drinking at Sean Faulkner's pre-Debs
He
thing.
was at your desk.
And I needed to go home and do some homework after the pre-Devs thing, and then I met Ryanair in the Hamlet afterwards.
Homework.
Probably 250 pints of Beamish at the time. Yeah, and that was the Hamlet, and I believe they're still open.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
100%, yeah.
Well, as much as any pub is at the minute. Yeah.
Beer of the week!
Beer of
Week?
the week. Oh, we
You're
fucking
gonna
do
go
this.
I'll let Reds introduce Beer of the week.
Hang on, will I try and
Yeah,
open
do it, yeah.
Oh.
Hear that shit?
What are we
Right.
drinking? What
We're
we
drinking-
drinking?
we're drinking-
Shakespeare wouldn't get a look in.
We're drinking Francis Canner, which is just
Shakespeare's cousin.
Shakespeare's cousin. Oh, Frankie. Francis Canner. I used to drink it a lot when I had a few extra quid in college. And
When you had.
yeah, which I didn't. Actually, I did when I was in college. I worked in the home. And
Oh, yeah, do you remember that?
Oh, shit.
Do you remember that?
The glory days.
little free Captain Morgans and orange for only eggs.
No, do you remember the pink polo shirts you were wearing?
Yeah.
And you'd have them €30 deals, six
Those are
stamps.
the glory days
You're
of
supposed to get
stamps.
6 single drinks, but we got 6 double drinks on that.
Do you have yours open there, Dino?
I do, yeah. Sorry, hold on.
Do you know
Cheers on them. It looks like an eardinger.
Slangever.
Does look-
Slangever, the Scottish
Just gonna
version of
fucking
Slange.
cheers and then fucking not drunk.
It's not bad. It's fluffy.
That's alright.
Yeah, it's fluffy.
German beers
Hold on a
are
second.
German beers are generally good.
Guten.
It's hoppy.
No, there's something else I can get off that. And I'm not
Marshmallow.
even isn't it?
Marshmallow,
sweet.
yeah.
Yeah, because they probably toasted it before. They toast the hops, did they?
Possibly.
Oh, yeah, stuck it in the toaster.
Like I fucking know what I'm talking about. Me steaming.
Yeah, it just has all your average beer things.
In accordance with the Bavarian fruity of purity of law. Oh,
It is
it does say fruity law.
It is to say. Oh, it doesn't say fruity.
I don't think it says fruity, no.
Are you going to try and read it
Fruity
out in a full German accent, please? Maybe not.
I can't
Get you
no,
cancelled immediately.
Yeah.
So I'm here anyway, and the lads are taking good care of me. Please come and help. Please come and help. I'm being kept against my will somewhere in the middle of North Dublin.
If you hear 2121, you know I need to be taken.
No, it's 2222.
Only Hags tried to get to where we're going today and got on the wrong train.
I did. No, I did. Oh no, I got on. Right.
Got on the right train, got off the wrong stop.
Yeah, but go right.
You have to get off the right.
What happened was, I fucking tell you. What happened was, I got on it. I looked it up on my phone, and I was looking for Balbriggan.
Balbo Briggins.
Balbriggan to Raheny, right? So I knew I had to do a change in Malahide. But then when I checked him, it's the same train go to Donamead. And that's what I typed in the next time. And I was having to point down the mile I was. And I was like, yeah, same train goes. And I thought, I didn't even check the fucking stops. Next thing, here I am, going past Donamead.
Get me getting off train. Like, oh, there's this train. Bang, gone.
You're a fucking nuisance.
Does anyone like Lord of Rings? Like, are you Lord of Rings people?
I'm a nuisance. How many times have you had to cancel?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
I've kids. I've got a family and a job.
He does this all the time. He always
Brings it back to the kids.
Kids in a family. Kids in a family.
Kids and a family.
Separately.
Yeah. Me kids and a family.
I've got the separate family. Got the
Amy.
decoy family.
Amy, there's another family out there. You just don't know yet.
Yeah, I just have I didn't even go out and have other kids. I just went out and found other aunties and uncles and all. I've got another family out there, man. That wasn't funny.
You shit eyes. But
Do you like Lord of the Rings?
I love Lord of the Rings.
Someone I was talking to someone recently, and I'm a big Lord of the Rings person, and obviously from Balbriggan as well. And someone referred to me as Balbo Briggins.
Yes, that's a good name, isn't
Balbo
it?
Briggins, yeah.
Balbo Briggins.
What would you be?
If I was me,
Donomy Gimli.
No, he'd be the Lurtz.
What was it?
Do you know Lurtz? You know the lad.
Yeah.
He's the head of the Urukai, and in the first film anyway. And he's not actually in the book, but he's the head of the Urukai. He's the
big guy.
Big guy.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
No.
No,
I mean like
Lurtz on the brain.
You at? You just reads it.
What do you mean a Reds?
You done a Reds?
Did he do that?
That's very offensive to me. I'm gonna have to say.
And we say that all the time.
Yeah. Anytime
Oh, you did a fucking.
Oh my god! I'm after finding a fucking djembe here, lads.
We should have took
It's
all.
gonna be a motif of this podcast.
We
now.
forgot to take out all the instruments.
I used to be
when
happy.
the musician came to the gaff.
Yep. Oh, now everything's just going to be about him, isn't it?
He's a musician. It's alright.
Me.
It's all about you, baby.
Now here's a weird one, right? Your man from McFly, genius.
Genius.
Sorry,
Which one?
sorry.
Which one?
The blondie lad.
Marty.
Doug.
I was watching. I get into this thing where like you have nothing to do on the TVs on. I throw on MTV and they give you the hits, you know. But that it's all about you. That song came on. Fucking amazing song. It's listen to it. It's fucking so good.
Have you ever heard the girl with 5 colours in her hair? Man,
Oh yeah.
it's a fucking rock anthem. No, it's not. It's borderline pop punk anthem, but you know what I mean.
You heard it here first, so McFly were actually a good band. Yeah.
I've got something
We just
to
weren't
say.
ready for them.
I've got something. I've got
But when McBusted happened, absolutely nobody was ready for McBusted. And
Nobody was ready for Fight Star either, though, were they?
no,
Fight Star, alright.
Fight
Fight Star unreal.
I have a Fight
How
Star vinyl
minutes
at home.
laughter.
That's how
Do you?
I got Mercury somewhere on vinyl for like $3.50 on Discogs, which was a good buy in my opinion. Go on.
I'm changing now.
What do you mean?
Changing.
Fuck up. We're not
Oh,
talking
do you know?
about Fly or anything like that.
Do you know what I heard about the word changed? I'm just going to keep interrupting you on your eggs.
Well, it's
See this?
I was
I'm
saying-
actually raging. We brought it.
You should have brought on a mute.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I love to fucking cut across people now. I've got.
I do get lonely sometimes. I'll tell you what though, I'll bring the tone down for a second. I was talking to someone from County Clare there recently.
Oh, that's enough.
And I was talking about the fact that I'm
That's enough.
County Clare.
That's
County
enough.
Clare broadly, like.
And they were telling me about, I'm left-handed, right?
Are you? Yeah.
I'm left-handed,
I knew
yeah.
that.
Don't hold it
You
against
don't
me.
used to
play
have-
guitar left-handed.
I don't. Or golf.
Reds
I don't
used to
play
have a
golf.
left-handed book of all the people's left-handed birthdays in his gaff.
Did he? Yeah.
I saw it one time.
Diddy's actually one of them.
Do you play pool left-handed?
Yeah, I did.
I play
yeah.
pool left-handed. I'm right-handed.
I roll rollies left-handed, but I'm also right-handed.
I
Something around
play
it.
pool left-handed, and there was something else.
I also wank left-handed when I'm trying to make sure.
But
it's
I
like
get
this.
that from my dad. Do you? Yeah.
When you have enough energy
Yeah.
and when you wake up in the
I'm
morning.
there going, do you know what? Left hand.
Who's this? Who's this pulling my
Yeah.
dick?
Oh, and then you look and it's just like
It's just you not knowing what you're doing. With
yeah.
your left hand.
It's basically me having a wank for the first time ever. in
But
my life.
I'm left-handed, and I luckily because the decade that I was born in, I was allowed to be left-handed. Whereas my auntie was left-handed. My mom's left-handed as well.
My
She
dad's
was-
left-handed too.
Yeah, well, there was a certain period of people that were born left-handed, and because of where the Catholic Church was in terms of owning all the school systems, they thought it was a sort of satanic thing to be left-handed.
They were bet into being
They were-
right-handed.
yeah, and you know what the words that they use for that is? They were changed. How dark is that?
What do you mean?
If you were born left-handed and then you were forced to be right-handed after a while, it's referred to apparently as being changed.
Oh,
I just thought that was really
Yeah,
dark.
my dad was left-handed when he was in school, and he used to get whipped on his left hand to make his right hand be the one be used. So
Yeah.
if you're writing with your left hand, you're writing with your left hand, they would literally score your left hand.
Yeah.
So it was that sore that you had to write with your right hand,
Yeah, yeah.
which is nuts.
It's bullshit.
So my dad's basically ambidextrous now. He can write his name. He can write with both hands.
Play darts with both hands as well, I'd say.
Yeah. So when he taught me, he was the one.
That wasn't it. I was just it just came into my head.
My dad has great wanks with both of his hands.
not that you're meant to have one
your
hand.
dad actually wishes
free.
he had two dicks. He's that good at wanking.
You know what, right? And I was just
No,
the
but
last
he taught me how to play pool and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's why I play left hand. People are like, why the fuck do you hold it like that? I was like, I don't know. Dad showed me how to play left-handed, but then he does other shit right-handed as well. If he's using a hammer, he'll hammer down with his right hand. It's weird.
Well, what I was going to say about that was I can't remember.
It's hard, isn't it?
No, it was heavy head, and I'm left-handed, but I play guitar right-handed, and I don't feel like it's ever made things more difficult for me as a left-handed guitarist playing right-handed. But I used to have parents would come in, and they'd be like, "Oh, little Jimmy's wants to learn guitar. He's left-handed though, so can we get a left-handed guitar for him?" And I'd always say, as a left-handed person, just fucking get him a right-handed guitar, because 1 in 80 guitars is left-handed.
Yeah.
And if little Jimmy wants to learn how to play guitar, the vast majority of people who learn how to play guitar want to, play Wonderwall and stuff like that at a gaff party.
Oh.
But little Jimmy, if he's playing a left-handed guitar, will arrive at a gaff party, and there's a 1 in 80 chance that there's going to be a left-handed guitar there to play Wonderwall on, and he's not going to be able to do it. So I have this little weird thing in my head where I reckon left-hand guitar players who play left-handed cry themselves to sleep.
And who's this little Jimmy you speak of?
No,
No,
Jimmy is it an alternate reality of me if
No,
I had
I
to
get
learn
that,
left-handed?
That kind of makes sense, but
Yeah, because obviously you have to do an impromptu anything. You can't be skilled in one side of.
play a song for us. Oh, I can't play that guitar.
Gives that guitar, just takes all the strings off it, turns it over the other side, and restrings it upside down.
Yeah, it's not.
By that stage,
Yeah.
by that stage, all the girls have gone home with little Ronnie, little Ronnie right-hander.
Little Jeremiah in the corner playing Kumbaya.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor little Ronnie. Just look, if you're a
No,
parent,
I actually didn't know you were a left-hander. Actually, I didn't know you were a left-hander.
play
Look,
everything right.
Look, I'm going to be honest, right?
Right-handed.
We don't look down on left-handed people, but After that, I do a little bit. Fucking Jimmy, I swear to God,
Little
Biggest little Jimmy head.
oh, poor little Jimmy, man.
Jimmy did not get the ride that night.
No, we didn't. Jimmy hasn't gotten right ever.
Give me a few minutes to restring this shit.
Give me 2.5 hours. I'll
That
get this.
bird-
I'll get this.
That bird with the nose piercing in the corner, she's already getting laid out.
She's heard Wonderwall twice already. By the other guy.
Little Jimmy getting nothing. Medium Ronald is getting everything.
Medium Ronald.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Anyway, do you want to do your intro?
Is that not the intro?
Do you have your own intro?
Well, that was pretty much...
You had a piece of paper in your hand a minute ago.
Fuck that away, didn't I?
It's all gone. It's all finished.
It just says now... Yeah, no, pretty much we covered it all. There's something I want to talk about, though.
Right,
Go
go
on.
on.
Right? I got a fucking delivery. I got a delivery to the gaff the other night, right? It was an Indian. Indian courier.
You got
actually.
delivered in
I got an Indian delivered to the gaff. He came
oh,
in-
Indian a takeaway.
Oh, just an Indian lad. Delivered to me gaff. You know,
Where is he now? Where is he now? Just up there with Amo
He's up
drinking
there
cans.
drinking cans and making poppadoms and samosas, right?
Someone was saying to me the other day they saw a little Indian gay guy, and I was like, "That's an amazing man." Little Indian gay guy.
No,
There's
stop.
a new single
No,
now from
stop.
Little Indian Gay Guy.
James Lonergan's new song is on the radio this time.
What'd you call him, James?
Longer.
Longer. James Longer.
Reds, you're gonna have to change your fucking music name
yeah,
now
so
after this.
Yeah.
No, right, no,
What
bollocks,
else?
right?
Jimmy Longer.
Bollocks. I got a delivery to the gaff the other night, right? Little Indian man. No, fuck off. I'm trying to keep it fucking real here. No, right. I was thinking of getting you as regular guest. No chance now. No chance. Right? Got delivery, right?
He's too expensive.
I don't know why I had to actually say it was an Indian. It was just, an Indian. I didn't have to specify what delivery I got to the gaff. But anyway, it was food delivered to the gaff. And it cost 19.
Up the
Woo!
Now go on, hurry up with
Fuck
it.
the north. But
Now, lads, look.
no,
when
I got
we head
no,
up there, we get those counties.
basically right. There was change of about €2.30, right? And I handed him the score, so it was like
4 and 20 score years ago. Sorry. I thought that was good. 4 score and 20 years ago, only Higgs
Not
got
Abraham Lincoln wasn't sitting in my gaff. But anyway, right? I fucking gave your man the score, and I was supposed to get say 180 back.
Yeah.
I already paid the delivery fee,
Terrific.
and he just without even saying, like looking for the change in his pocket, he just turned around, and walked away with my score. Just walked away with the money.
So you just expect that 180?
Just expected that was for him. He just walked away. Do you think that's like I would have tipped? I would normally say, just don't worry about it. It's grand.
Yeah.
But he just got it and just walked away.
No, I don't think that should be a thing.
Because do you know when people order food?
I do think that being a delivery driver is one of the most noble fucking jobs you can have.
Yeah, it is.
It
You're
is.
bringing people
But you know when
food.
you know when you order like on Just Eat and all
But
that.
I always tip, and I know you always tip also.
Yeah, but you
there's
know when you
when
order
people-
on Just Eat and all that.
Yeah.
The tip is included in the price because you can see it.
The delivery
But when
charge
you
is
actually
fucking-
ring over the phone, that delivery charge is included in your price anyway.
Yeah.
When you ring over the phone.
Yeah.
And I normally just go, here you
delivery-
go. And I handed it to him. And without even a hesitation, he just walked out the door. I was like, mate, I would have told you just take that. But he was just assumed.
So what did you do? What did you do? Did you chase after him?
I got 50
Imagine
cents.
you running
I got
down Pinewood
50
chasing after a little Indian
No,
man.
I didn't do anything, but I was just like, should it be assumed that, like, he sees the bill and goes, right, this lad's 18.30, he's going to hand me 20 quid. Do you know when they ruffle
When you
in
do the maths,
Alright,
you
you know
do
when
the
they,
maths.
you know when they
Yeah,
ruffle
yeah,
in their pocket
yeah.
and you think, oh, just take it, it's grand.
Just take it, yeah.
You always say it anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
This lad didn't even go to that extent. He just handed me the food, just turned around with 20 quid.
I don't know.
Is
Look,
that a bad thing? I don't know.
I don't know. I think like there's a lot of things that come into account there, right?
It's presumptuous. It is, though.
It's a little bit presumptuous. I do like.
I would have just gave him the score.
I do
anyway.
think that's
No,
one
I
of
know,
the
I know.
noble jobs you can have.
A delivery driver.
Is being a delivery driver.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot that comes into that. You can be.
I'd hate to be a
you gotta,
delivery driver.
You got to be able to fucking drive first of all, right? So I don't fucking drive.
None of us
I-
drive.
You also
None
got
of
to
us
be
drive.
personal.
We're all
You
out
gotta
on
be
that
not
front.
not afraid of dogs as well and stuff like that. I find that every now and again, I'll when I get a takeaway, I'll be like, "Oh, your man was a bit of a dick," but most of all, they're very personable. But I
Yeah.
do think it's like a noble thing to do. But in what you're saying about,
I
your
just
man
thought it was
kinda
weird.
disappearing with
I thought it was weird.
Yeah,
like,
that is a bit weird.
it was the first time I've
I've
ordered from that place, I think, ever. So that's why it was kind of a bit like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's where it
It
was.
feels
Do you
like
reckon
That's
it was
where
intentional?
I think so.
Yeah.
You
Because he
don't-
literally was like, here you go. I was like, oh shit. Because you know my porch
you know
is like...
full well.
So like he was in the porch and I put the
If
shit
you
on the ground and I just handed him the 20 and he just literally bolted.
But if you had to hand him 50 quid...
I know it's only €1.70. I would have just been like, here, look.
You probably would have made.
But
the
without
decision,
even
yeah.
having the chance to say that, he was just gone with it.
Yeah, that's
That's
not,
my
that's
money
not
that
good
you
behavior.
took.
That's
I
not good
wasn't-
behavior. Yeah.
So it's kind of a weird...
He actually broke the etiquette between the customer and
Exactly.
the, and the driver.
Exactly.
No, you're right. You're
So
right.
the driver always gets a tip, obviously. But
They get that on the price of being a delivery driver anyway.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that's only
I
a good
always
thing, though.
I always tip, and you know that I have a weird relationship with the Chinese driver in Babrington. Not
Is this Just Eat or is this Deliveroo?
No, sorry. This was actually... I called them.
Oh, you called them, right?
Normally in Just Eat, they have it there, and then if I'm doing Just Eat, I'll pay online.
Okay.
I'll pay online, and they get their
Do you not
delivery
tip them?
charge and their... I'll try, if I have a bit of change on me, I'll throw them something like, do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
If I
Same
don't,
yourself, yeah,
if
same
I
yourself.
don't, and I don't- actually just genuinely don't have it,
But the delivery is more
They
expensive
still get
on
it.
Just Eat anyway
yeah, no, yeah.
than a normal when
But
you're
that's
in-
included if you call it as well.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, is it?
Do you know if you do a collection,
Yeah.
it's actually it would be like €3 less if
Because
you
of
collect
delivery,
it.
yeah, yeah.
The delivery is in charge. Even if you call in a collection, say it's €20, if you call for a delivery, it'd be like 23. That goes to the driver already.
Alright,
But you
okay.
still throw the fucking driver a few quid.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
obviously.
there's a sort of plethora of different types of delivery at the moment because you have Deliveroo and you've got Just Eat and then you've got collection and stuff like that. Whereas like with Deliveroo, the majority of them are like cycling up to you,
Yeah, yeah.
and you know,
Yeah.
and that's
And I've seen videos of lads in the rain fucking trying to bring a Burger King or something to someone's office or something
and
like that.
yeah, man, and they've got like, and now in fairness to them, they got sick bikes. Like, have you seen their bikes? They got these big fat wheels on them.
Yeah,
for,
but
like, riding.
still, like,
No, it's unreal. No, it's unreal.
not a job I'd want to do. Now, if I done a Deliveroo online and that lad cycled it to my gaff, I'd still throw him a couple of quid.
I think you
You'd
have
to.
You own as a chef. Like, if you think of your waiters, right, and like there's the sort of social obligation to tip a waiter. Here, it's less so than in the States. And you lived in Canada.
When I was in Canada, yeah.
Well, what was the tipping like in Canada?
Right.
It was all tips, wasn't it?
No, so right, in America, you can employ someone in America for no wages. Like, you can literally get a waiter in, or waitress, or whatever, and they can have no hourly pay, but they live off their tips.
They live off their
But
tips,
in
yeah.
America, they have, like, it's almost you have to
There's a social
tip
obligation.
at least 15.
Yeah.
Right? So that's where they make their money. That's why the waitresses are always better over there.
Yeah.
In Canada, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that because, sorry, it's like they can pay them less than minimum wage. So you can pay them like $10 an hour, but you get your tips.
Yeah.
So every person would. It's not mandatory to tip 15% in Canada, but if you don't do it, you're a dickhead.
Right. If you were a customer in a restaurant in Canada,
I'd give 20%.
you'd give
I'd
20%,
give
and
20%.
that's like no matter how the waiter or waitress.
Unless
is.
it was ridiculously bad.
Yeah.
I'd give like 15.
hard line.
I still give 15 though.
15%. Yeah.
But if
And
it
I
was
think like it's a different thing. in
20%,
Ireland, like.
25%. See, this is the thing over there, right? Which I don't think a lot of waitresses over here, they don't get tips. So they get pissed off because they're only getting paid fucking €13 an hour or something like that. and they're running their fucking
If they're lucky.
ass off.
That's,
If they're running their ass off and they're getting paid €13 an hour, and they might get tips, they might not get tips. Do you know what I mean? But over there, you're guaranteed tips. So over in Canada, it was like they were getting paid like a lot of them told me that the waitresses over there told me some of them were getting paid €10 an hour, and some of their shifts would only be like 4-hour shifts, right? So them €10 an hour for 4 hours would be like €10 an hour for $10 an hour for 4 hours.
before tax.
40 quid.
Yeah, whatever. That would just go straight in there. They just save.
Quick maths.
Quick maths.
Oh, we're gonna have to get them like little prompt things there. Quick maths.
They do that. But they just save that and then just live off their tips. Because I've seen like some people work like 5-hour shifts and they come out with like €400 cash.
Yeah.
But you have to earn your tips.
Yeah, I worked in
difference.
restaurants for years. Initially I worked as a bartender, and then when I moved into town first, I started just playing in restaurants, just playing music. And as a musician, you know, something that you spend your whole life hopefully getting better as. I was playing, you know, in restaurants for €12 an hour, and you'll get tips on top of that or whatever.
Yeah.
But like
As a musician, like, is that what it is?
well, that's what it was for me anyway.
Yeah.
Now I enjoyed it because I was working in the shop at the same time, but then I was going out 5
They
nights
give you
a
a
week.
percentage of the tips if you're playing as a musician.
No, they don't. But I didn't mind that either. What I gave a shit about was the fact that like I played in restaurants because sorry,
Say.
Owen's after like dribbling all over the floor again.
Every time I open a fucking beer,
How is that happening to yours and not mine?
Only when I do it with bottles. I fucking.
But you
Jesus.
didn't. You opened my bottle as well.
Yeah, but I drank it.
The main thing about it was like you can, as a musician, you can, if you're playing in town, you have the option of, you know, you could do the Temple Bar gigs if you get into them, and you can get paid up to, you know, 250 quid for a gig, but you'd have to play Galway Girl and, you know, all the shite tunes.
Yeah, you don't
Play
wanna
the
play
stuff
it.
that make the crowd
All
go.
the stuff that like for me as a player and someone who writes their own stuff, you know, it's not worth me doing.
Demoralising.
that. Yeah, it's kind of demoralising. But
I've
I've nothing
seen
against
that.
I've nothing against the people who do that because it's a job for them, you know, and that's fine. But for me as like a musician, I preferred to play in places where I could play whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
So I used to play in restaurants around town, and you get €12 an hour. But you're there and you're playing fucking 60 songs over the course of 4 or 5 hours, and every now and again you'll get a tip or whatever. And but yeah, I just like it's a kind of like, you know, and they refuse to pay any more than that. But for me as a musician, it was like I can play whatever I want here because they're paying me so little,
Yeah.
you know. And I think it's the same for
Was it more just to have your music?
Well, no,
What
I wasn't.
you-
Like I
not
wasn't.
your music, but what you wanted to play. You were happy to do
because
that.
I was working at the time as well, so I'd finish work and I'd go around the corner and play a set and
So it'd be
dance.
like a side thing for you. It's like,
Yeah.
I can actually just put myself out there. Like.
Absolutely. And now there was one restaurant I was playing in, and I did get them a 1-star review one time on TripAdvisor because I was working a music maker, and I used to just like spend a bit of my, like, obviously I had to pay rent and shit, but there was one time I bought, at the end when I got paid, I bought a drum machine, and bought that like with me wage packet, and fucking went into the restaurant that night and played a techno set. And it was just
Really
playing, like,
just went for it.
19-minute versions of Radiohead songs. And the next time I was playing there, probably a couple of days later, they were like, "Yeah, you got us the worst review we've ever been given."
No way.
It's like, what? And
So
looked at
what?
the
They
review,
were
it's
expecting some ambiance.
Literally, like, looked at
ambiance.
TripAdvisor, and it was like, yeah, we had the meal was very nice, you know, the musician was incredibly annoying.
I feel like someone going into O'Shea's and Aphex Twins in the
But
corner.
isn't that
just
That
what-
going
was literally what it was.
Yeah, no, but isn't
going,
that,
what the fuck?
I feel like that's even more like how you put yourself out there more.
It is, yeah. Not many
In a
people
way,
can
in
say
a way.
If you're
that they
given the
got,
option,
they
it
got a
wasn't-
restaurant, a
You could
one
have just
star.
done whatever people wanted you to do, but you
Yeah.
just did your thing.
Oh shit!
I like that.
Oh, we got appreciate, lads.
What's that mean?
Appreciate. Oh, so 8:00 every night, man. Appreciate.
All right.
Appreciate 8:00.
We're all knocking knuckles now
Yeah,
because
so
yeah, 8 o'clock?
It's basically at 8:00 every night. Got a thing that goes off, and you just got to appreciate everyone who's in the room.
That's kind of
Appreciate.
Imagine I did that with my girlfriend and kids. There'd be murder.
You're all to bed.
Maybe there, everyone's in bed. No, lads, appreciate.
It's a nice thing to have, and I remember it went off when I was out in my folks' house one night.
That was weird that happened. That was cool.
Ah,
I enjoyed it.
yeah,
That was glad
I did enjoy
that
it.
gave me a little humble feeling.
Did
So
it?
it did, yeah.
Yeah.
A humble feeling.
You're still a cunt.
That went off in front of me dad one night a few months ago, and he was like, "Oh, what's that, James?" I was like, "Oh, it's just appreciate, like 8 o'clock, appreciate, and you know, pump fists with everyone." He was like, "Oh, that's nice. Could you put that on my phone?" And he handed me his phone. Like,
Where's your dad from?
Dad's from Raheny, but he talks like he's from the fucking 17th century.
I was like, what the fuck is... Hello?
I was like,
How are you? Do you want your chimney swept?
he was like, "Oh, could you put that in my phone there, James?" And I put it on his phone, right? And the next day, my alarm went off, and I said to my partner, I was like, "Oh, I can imagine Dad's going off now," and he's just going to turn to man and be like, "Sive, could you get rid of that, please?" And sure enough, right, next time I went out to see him, I was like, and mine went off. I was like, "Why is yours not going off, Dad?" And he was like, "Your man goes, yeah, so Barry's went off, and he was just like, Sive, could you get rid of that, please?"
Barry did not appreciate anyone that evening.
Appreciate o'clock, and if you're up very, very late, you can do appreciate AM as well, which is
Do you know what? We kind of like that. I actually would like to
8
stay
a.m.
again on.
An a.m.
Do you know what? Get your phone out. Get your phone
get your phone
Get
out
your
there.
phone out. We're doing appreciate.
Appreciate o'clock.
Come on, get your phone out.
Do it later. We're not even
What
where
you
my
can't do
phone
it later. It's
is.
8 o'clock, dude. Get your phone out.
Where is it?
Oh, I've got like if you like
What is
backup.
that? My feet are going numb. This is the first time I wore these shoes, by the way, and my
They're very
feet
nice
are killing
shoes,
me.
man. They're very nice
They're
shoes.
vegan friendly. They're vegan friendly shoes, actually.
Can I eat them then?
No, well,
Are you vegan?
No.
Well then, fuck off.
I don't even.
I'll
know.
tell you this though, right? So if you like that,
Do you know I'm
right?
vegetarian now?
Are you vegetarian?
Yeah.
Oh, please don't get him started.
I'd love to be vegetarian.
Do
but
it.
My
Do it.
missus just doesn't.
You feel healthier.
I'll tell you right.
You
There's
can look like me if you be a vegetarian.
do you,
Right,
do you like-
don't do it. Don't do it.
right. I'll tell you
No,
this.
hold on,
thing.
shut up. Everyone stop talking. I'm setting my alarm for
Go
8
on.
o'clock.
I've got.
And I'm
nice
gonna
things
set 2 reoccurring alarms.
Set
One at 8
alarms,
a.m.
set
for when I
sweet
first get into work.
alarms.
When I first get into work is 8 a.m. and everyone in that office is gonna get a fucking fist bump. I swear to God.
I think it's best to have it at 8 p.m. But like,
Give me a word or
PC 8
something.
a.m.
A word.
is if you're still awake. But I'll tell you this, right? So, you know a pint. You know, like having a pint.
You like having a pint?
Do you like having a pint?
Oh, the odd,
Oh, you know,
the
the
odd one here and
Do
there.
you like having a pint, Dean?
Yes, I love having a pint.
Can I give you the best piece of advice for having the best pint?
Yes.
Okay, right. There's three intrinsic things that you need to have a great pint.
What's intrinsic?
You just have to have them. They're just like
Oh.
yeah. So there's three things you need. Right, you need your pint, obviously. You need your vengeance, and you need a snooze.
Vengeance.
What's
and snooze.
vengeance? What do you mean vengeance?
So we'll get into it, right?
All
so
right,
there's,
this
there's
is
three,
interesting.
there's three things you need to
Can
have
I
the
stop
perfect
you for a
pint.
second?
Absolutely, you can. Owen.
This is not where I was expecting this even to go whatsoever. I've after learning new words and new 8 o'clock fist bumps. Let's go.
Well, okay, right. So
Reds,
there's three.
let's fucking go.
Well, there's three things if you want to have the perfect pint, right? So you need your pint, obviously. You need your vengeance, and you need your snooze. Okay,
Right.
but it's all about the sequence in which you gain those three factors. Right. So some people go, right, have my pint.
Get that pretty easily.
Have my pint, right? Vengeance.
Not if you're
Right,
small.
get my vengeance.
It's hard to get a pint at the bar when you're small.
No, I got all the points. He gets no points because he's a midget.
That's fair enough. I've actually got another story to do with that. But,
All right,
which
go
is
on.
very funny. Right, so you could have your pint, right, and then get your vengeance, right, and then have a little snooze, right? But that's not the way to do it. Okay, you could also have your snooze, then have a pint, and then get your vengeance, right? But if you have your snooze, right, you're alert, you're aware of getting the vengeance, right? And you get your vengeance, and then you have a little pint or whatever, or a little snooze, right? But the way to do it is snooze, vengeance,
Right.
pints. Okay, now I'll
But
explain
you might
that
get
to you.
vengeance on it.
Right. I'll explain that to you.
You'll
right?
see.
Now, so I'll explain vengeance to you, right? So vengeance can be obtained in many ways.
This is the quietest me and Dean have ever been. Like, just so intrigued.
I don't
about
even
what-
think I've spoken a lot of words in this podcast. I'm going to be honest.
This is brilliant.
I'll
Go
tell
on,
you, right?
tell me.
Vengeance can be obtained in many different ways. Okay, and vengeance is paramount to having a good point, right? So vengeance could be you could get your vengeance. You could be like you could be telling that person that you've always wanted to tell to fuck off, right? Or you could just you could be just like sending an email. Vengeance, right? So the way to do it, if you want
Just a normal email.
if you want the perfect point, right? You have your snooze.
Oi.
Get your vengeance. Points, right? Points.
What if you have
There
kids?
go. If you have, right there you go.
No snooze.
No snooze, but then you can't have the perfect point, and that's the thing. Like this is. this
So
is
you're
your
telling me that
intrinsic
I am
reality.
fucked?
You are
You're
fucked.
not. No, I'm telling you, Dean. You can get your vengeance snooze points. Sorry, snooze vengeance points. Right now, as I said, people go about it the wrong way. They go snooze points vengeance. But if you have the point before you get the vengeance will be based on the fact that you've had the points. And the way you look at the situation is skewed by the fact that you've already had points.
So you think it's the
Get
point
your snooze,
fault?
get your snooze, right?
Now I get it.
Snooze, then get your vengeance, right? And then you have the point, right? So next time,
Why
you
does
see-
there have to be vengeance with points?
Hold on, can I ask something?
Owen, yeah,
I have a
ask,
question.
ask away.
How many people have you murdered, James?
I'll tell you, right?
Why is
Next
that vengeance?
I'll
Why
tell
is
you.
it- Why are
Dean,
you
right.
full of vengeance?
Next time you're in work, right? And you've had your snooze, and you know your mate.
I'm not allowed to snooze and work.
No, you've had your snooze and you've gone to work. You're
Oh,
full,
yeah,
of, full
yeah.
of beans,
I
right?
snooze and
And
work.
you've got that guy who you scared the shit out of in your that
Yes,
guy, right?
yeah.
You look across at him, right? And he's definitely had the snooze. Okay, but you look
Right.
across him, you send him an email, and he's like you know that email he's sending is so important. You just look over at him, and you go,
That's the vengeance.
"That is get the points, right?"
Yeah.
So that's how you do it. Now I'll tell you where I got it from. Okay, have you ever seen Gladiator?
Yeah, of course. Of
Right.
course.
Okay.
Yeah, who's that?
so-
Mark Wahlberg.
So you watch Gladiator, right? This is where I got it from, all right? So you have Gladiator, right? Maximus Decimus Aurelius, whatever his name is, right? He arrives back to the gaff.
Or whatever his name
Yeah.
is.
He arrives back.
Shakespeare.
He arrives back to the gaff,
Shakespeare.
right? Arrives back to the gaff, and his wife and child have been murdered, and it's awful. What's the fucking first thing he does?
Sorry.
Has a sleep.
He has a little snooze. He has a little
In
snooze.
Gladiator, I don't remember anyone saying gaff.
Well, yeah, he arrives back to the gaff. He has a lovely gaff, right?
Goes for a lie down. Goes for a
Goes-
lie down.
You know, he arrives
Lovely
back to the gaff. He
sand-based
arrives
gaff.
back to the gaff. His wife and child have been murdered, right? And the first thing he does, Owen Haggerty, is he has a little snooze. Goes and gets his vengeance, and then has a fucking rake of pints.
Does he? Is that what
He
happens?
has a rake of pints. Well,
And it's been a long time since I watched that film.
Yeah, it happens during the credits, but he has a rake of pints. Snooze, vengeance, pints. That's how you have the perfect.
The Gladiator effect.
Yeah.
Have you trademarked that?
Oh no, man! It's just it's an intrinsic way of being.
I think you should trademark it. Because if you don't,
I think
we
it
will.
helps a lot of people.
Fucking hell, man. Reds, you said to me on the way up the road that you weren't going to talk that much.
And none of,
didn't
this,
say that.
none of this is what he was talking about on the way up. I'm
No.
like, save it for the podcast. He said none of that shit.
I've got a few things I want to talk about. Now it's like, now I have to slaughter people after I have a snooze and then go for a pint.
No, you're getting it all wrong.
No, I'm messing,
You're
I'm
getting it all
messing.
wrong.
I'm
Vengeance can
messing,
come
I'm-
in many different ways,
messing,
right?
I'm
As I
messing, I'm
said,
messing.
it's just like next time you see your mate, send an email and they're violently typing. Just
Lie
go,
down.
Pints.
Is it lie down first?
No, you snooze. You get your snooze.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The snooze.
There's
lie down.
also 4 different types of the snooze, right? There's a snooze-a-leany.
This guy, we're not inviting him back on.
Snooze-a-leany. There's a snooze-a-lino. There's a snooze-a-reeny and a snooze-a-reno.
What was that middle bit?
It's snooze-a-leany between 0 and 25 minutes. That's snooze-a-leany. You get it on. You get like
Yeah, isn't
you're
there-
in Malahide. You're going to.
Yeah, what's the story? They call it
REM sleep.
No, isn't it? They call it 40 winks because if you sleep for more than 40 minutes, you go into a deep sleep. That's why they say 40 winks. 40 winks is a small sleep, and anything past 40 minutes is a fucking proper sleep.
Yeah, why are you looking at me saying that? I know that.
I don't know. Just I'm
That's
intimidated by Reds now.
Snoozelino between, half an hour and an hour.
Who calls it Snoozelino?
I do. And everyone who listens to this podcast is going to call it now.
So basically, you were going to listen to yourself
Snoozerini,
saying
then.
that.
Reds came up here today going, I'm going to coin a few terms, and I can tell you that much. I can tell you what, we're going to have an audience here. We're going to coin a few terms that I've been thinking about for the last couple of weeks.
Snoozerini between, so Snoozelini up to 25 minutes. Snoozelino between 25 minutes and maybe 50 minutes. Snoozerini between 50 minutes and an hour and a half. Snoozerino between an hour and a half and what is considered sleep.
Asleep.
Yeah.
I have a question.
There you go.
Get
There you
out.
go.
Right, you know the way...
Now, do you know what? That is good shit. That is good shit.
That is good, but you've coined them terms, right, for sleeping patterns. All kind of borderline racist Italian, right? But what did you call squishy sweets that you cannot that you cannot bite through?
Yeah.
Right,
So that squishy shit.
so those squishy lads.
Now, where are we
Squishy-
walking from? Where are we walking from? The train station to
train
here.
station,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there was a bag of squashies, right,
Squashies,
on the ground.
Is that what they call it? Squashies or
Lies!
No,
Fucking lies.
They're squashies, right? But they look like they had grown in the wild in Donamead. Like they grow squashies in their gardens in Donamead. But if
I seen them sitting beside a tree.
well, outside someone's garden,
Yeah.
well then shut the fuck up. So basically, right, Reds came across this word of a piece of confectionery, basically that is it's soft enough to eat, but not soft enough to bite through.
So I think squashies are a load of bullshit, right? Because squashies give the intention that they're schnov, but they're not schnov.
What the fuck is schnob?
So schnov is when you get a piece of confectionery, right, and you eat into it, and your teeth go right through it. Right through it, right? So it's a sort of it's a textural thing.
Like a hard jelly, like a hard.
So
gum.
if you take
Not hard
so
jelly.
if you take like the regular fucking the regular cola bottle and you
Yeah.
bite into it and it goes and has some resistance
Yeah.
to it, that's not schnob. If you take a milk bottle and your teeth go straight through it, right?
That's schnob.
So the best
Is that schnob?
Or a flog or something
culinary
like a flog.
terms, right? I'll give you it right.
flump.
Not
A flump.
it's a flog.
Own.
Flump.
It's a fucking
Own.
flog.
All right, in
Flog or
culinary
flump?
Flump.
Flump.
Yeah,
100% flump, yeah?
Now, if you
Classic
take it
Bob
in
Regan.
culinary terms, right, gnocchi is schnob.
Yes.
Your
yeah,
teeth
no,
go straight
right,
through
okay,
it.
yeah.
Straight through it, right? And I think gnocchi is the best sort of savoury
Just
version of
fuck me
schnob.
then. I don't
When it
get
comes to
involved in this
confectionery,
conversation, but, hey, they
you
have
get there's certain things you can buy in Super Value, and I buy too many of them, right? But you get these little milk bottles, and they're like strawberry and cream milk bottles, and your teeth just go right through them.
Like
Right
a-
through them.
that's
schnob. Schnob.
That's
And I know
schnob.
it's also Irish for swim, but you want to be swimming in those guys.
So
that's
schnob.
schnob. No, it's
So if
schnob.
you-
So
Schnob.
this not what
Hold on.
It's
Stop for a
fucking
second.
Sean Connery schnob.
If schnob,
Yes.
if schnob was in the dictionary, right?
Yeah.
What is the official definition?
I think it's something that like I think it's better to talk about the antithesis of schnob. So you get like the right. So the national confectionery jellies, right? Some of them are chewy and they have like steak, right? Like
Dinosaurs.
steak.
Dinosaurs are schnob.
They're schnob.
They're
They're
schnob.
schnob. But
I
the
get it.
snakes are not schnob. The snakes are not
The
schnob.
dinosaurs are schnob. I get
They
it.
are
I
schnob.
get it.
Yes.
I get it. I get it now.
I'm going home. I'm sick of this shit.
Dinosaurs are schnob.
Dinosaurs are schnob.
What's this? Wet Red's cheeks. I'm fucking sick of this. Dean Reds and Higgs. No.
I'm not sure what the how to spell it. I'd say it's like SCHMNAMH. Schnob.
I think there's a lot of words that you should probably trademark because
Yeah.
That was good.
if the wrong-
that would make sense to me.
I'm not saying that a lot of important people listen to the Wetbrain Cheeks podcast, but if the wrong right person listens to the Wetbrain Cheeks podcast, your ideas are out the window. You know what I mean? Someone goes to their mate, "Hey, have you heard this podcast? They're all full of shit. Right, Graham, listen to that."
No,
And he
they're
passes
full of
on to
snot.
his mate. Before you know it, some New York executive, and he's like, "Wetbrain Cheeks." He's like, fuck these guys. And he goes, listen to me, he's like, schnob? He's like, we gotta make a candy bar. It's fucking schnob.
Schnob
Okay?
as fuck, man. Yeah.
Then they're like, before you know, Times Square is full of schnob, and then.
So can I just make sure that anybody who uses the word schnob now, it's completely trademarked by James Lonergan, Esquire. Thank you very much.
Yeah. What's your middle name?
Patrick.
Oh, that's real boring.
And Stephen after fucking Ryanair. Yeah.
Owen.
I actually told him that recently after
What's
a few
your
fans.
middle name?
I don't have a middle name.
I
officially do not
Only
have
J. Higgs.
I don't have a middle name. I do not have a middle
He
name.
actually doesn't.
No
have a
middle name whatsoever. So when I was born, sorry, do you know when I'm the youngest, right? So my brother was the middle born. So obviously my sister's the oldest. She was Nicola, right? So Dean was born middle. So he's like Dean Eamon. So normally the Eamon. Dean Eamon, like, so normally like the dad would like use their first name as their middle name or whatever, and then there was like there was nothing left. So it was like, it's just Owen Hegarty.
I have a friend,
and then it was like, do you have nothing? Like, do you know, we were like baptized or anything like this. They give you like a middle name. No middle name.
Did you make a confirmation?
So like on your passport, do you have a middle name? Do you have a middle name on your passport?
Patrick. Yeah.
I have no middle name on my passport. Like, it's just Owen Hegarty. Like, that is it.
Smegs.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, during the recording of episode 2.2 of Wetbrain Cheeks, the laptop just basically gave up. It had enough. It finished. Finito. Like a Sopranos finale. And...
I was going to say Gonzo, Arthur Gonzarelli.
Fucking hell. But basically, we had a whole episode planned out with James Lonergan, and hopefully next week he'll be kind enough to come back to us and we can not redo, but kind of have a make-up situation where we just kiss each other for another extra hour.
Make-out sesh.
A make-out sesh, yeah.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
16 hours in heaven. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Well, it will be.
It gets sweaty.
Sweaty fucking... sweat you up a lip.
But, so enjoy that one and enjoy this one and enjoy whatever one else.
Yeah, so we basically lost out on the middle of the episode.
Yeah, basically we had it like... We were going well, and then laptop just... Pew! So...
It's going to be like a continuation, but then just a new episode as well, if you'll come on.
Yeah, basically.
Hopefully.
So episode 2.3 will hopefully be me, you, and Red Lonergan again.
Nice.
Yeah?
So what are we going to do now?
Me and you? Well, I can... Well, what's that? A rocket in your pants?
No, it's just my hard dick.
I'm not... Oh, okay.